Welcome to Scoop News Group's series on the new business of government. I'm Wyatt Cash, and we're here today with Michael Valivullah. Michael's the CTO at the National Agriculture Statistics Service at USDA. Michael, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Wyatt. Glad to be here.
Great. So I want to talk a little about the data today, and in particular, we know that agencies are getting swamped with more and more data. First, how easy or hard is it, would you say, for decision makers at agencies to get to and make sense of that data?
We are getting more and more data, that's for sure. It's not any different from what we have been dealing with, and maybe with the social media and other avenues, we are getting more data. But if you look at the data that is available in an agency, most of the data is kind of passive. Only a fraction of the data is being used constantly. There is an active part and a passive part to the data, if I may say so. And the active data is being utilized, and that is the smart data that helps the agency managers or the operational staff to drive information from there to make the decisions and for the success of the program. So we are using newer and newer tools, and we started off with business intelligence tools, of course, and dashboards, and now we are moving towards deep learning and artificial intelligence and automation. So I think as the technology is becoming available, and we are making that available to our decision makers also, so that they can take full advantage of the data that is available in the agency.
Tell me some of the challenges that agencies, or your agency in particular, continues to face in executing their planning and their budget-making decisions, and even forecasting with data today, especially knowing there's more data than ever before.
Yeah, that is a problem that all the federal agencies have, because the budget cycle is not what it used to be with the continuing resolutions and government shutdown, things like that. It doesn't give a comfort level for the managers in federal agencies to plan for the whole year. We tend to look at like a short term, what can be done within what can we do within 2 months, 3 months, for example, or maybe in 6 months. So not aware of what's going to happen, it kind of puts the agencies in a bind, because when we start planning for the budget, we start about 3 years ahead, and the technology moves so fast, it is very hard for us to plan just 2 months, 3 months ahead when the budget is going to be going through a CR.
Yes.
And you really don't know what your discretionary funding is going to be. Usually we want to keep the lights on, which is operations and management, but it is very hard to plan for the discretionary funding aspects of it. So that is a challenge the agencies, pretty much every agency faces that, especially with the change in the new government, and the priorities are going to be different, the policies are going to be different. So we got to be aware of that and plan accordingly.
Well, next I'd like to talk a little about how managers can make more data-driven decisions around budgets, or maybe their mission readiness or their other programs to help your agency's customers.
When especially in our agency, we start from the customer's viewpoint. Actually, programs drive our budget priorities. And say, for example, now we have census going on. Every 5 years we do our census. So it is very important for NAS to make sure that the census is getting all kind of attention, priorities, and we try to put all our focus on census now, and we will have usually a good product come next year. So we prioritize based on the need of the business folks, and we work hand in hand along with them to help them advance the mission of the organization. And we are more mission focused, and whenever the data is needed to drive that mission, we go get it. And there are different tools available, then we will make sure that the tools are in place and they are trained to use those tools properly. That's how we deal with it.
Well, lastly, how is your agency helping to put data into the hands of day-to-day decision makers and not necessarily just analysts or data scientists, just to be able to do a better job as they do their work?
Yeah, that's a good question, Wyatt. If you look at the way the industry is moving or the technology is moving, there is we started with open data. Now there is more and more data democratization, for example. So with the tools available, for example, artificial intelligence or deep learning or natural language processing, these tools enable things that have not been able to be enabled by, say, for example, business intelligence tools or dashboards, for example. What we would like to move towards, in my own mind, what I would like to do is have some sort of Siri or Alexa called Uncle Sam. The manager doesn't even have to ask the IT department for the data. The manager say, Uncle Sam, give me this. By the way, Uncle Sam would give it to them. This is artificial intelligence, natural language processing. It is already there. It has all been calculated and ready to go. It is fed already, and it understands the natural language of the manager and replies it. And also, by the way, when someone else, Mr. So-and-so, looked in this data area, he or she also looked at this information. Do you want that? So if you look at it, that we are serving the information before it is required. It's like Amazon. People who bought this also bought this. So that makes it easier for the manager to get to the data without asking the IT department. All the IT is going to be doing is synthesizing this information and having that available to serve whenever there is a need. Just ask the question. The next is going to be, in the future, when technology moves forward, it's going to be cognitive intelligence. And if you are the manager, and from say for your calendar, I know you are doing your budget, you are going to budget meetings, I could say, hey, Wyatt, you are going to the budget meeting, I think it will be useful for you to take a look at this. I will serve you up that thing in an email or however you want to consume that information. You don't even have to ask. I can read your mind. So that may be the next step. So I'm looking at going towards Siri or Alexa route first and have some bots and NLP running in the background. Then the next step is going to be being very cognitive. And even before you ask the question, based on what you're doing, your activities, and I can serve up that information even before you ask.
Absolutely.
If you go to like Gartner's, 4 types of maturity, then they talk about, know me, see me, sync me, know me, be me. So in the 4 stages, then, if you see me, you know who I am, identify me, sync me, data with my data to whatever data that is out there, then, serve me, give me the information that I want. The next step is I'm going to make you my assistant, virtual assistant, and you pretty much take over whatever the authority I have given you, and you be me. But I will have the ultimate say. But I will give you a certain level of independence.
Yeah.
Then you can do it. You can do it with artificial intelligence. The tools are available. That it is the maturity how we move forward, how much control we want to give to these agents or the systems or algorithms.
Well, that's a great vision for how enterprises can do what a lot of us are starting to experience as consumers and just make managers even more productive in serving the public. So thanks for stopping by and sharing that vision with us. Michael Valivullah with NASS, appreciate your joining us as always. And for more information on the new business of government, look on our website. I'm Wyatt Cash. Thanks for watching.